hearing, well, plenty of travel tales spoiled by a car that won't start or kids running amok in the back seat. Weather Channel is here to help you avoid some of those travel troubles, and we have an expert for that. You know who it is?
Lauren.
Lauren Fix, that's right, our car coach. Lauren, good morning to you. So we have
Good morning.
We have been putting off some maintenance, but it is travel time. Can you help us? How do we get back on track?
Well, first thing, you need to find an ASE certified technician to go through the vehicle. If you don't know what you're doing, and a lot of people don't, there's a lot of intimidation with the new cars. And I'm sitting inside a brand new Volvo XC90, and so this is a new car. You wouldn't be as concerned if most people have older cars. So find a technician, have them go through all those 9 fluids, check the tires, check the brakes, all the important things that you don't leave you stuck on the side of the road, because that makes for a really lousy holiday weekend.
Oh, yeah.
I bet that new car smells good, Lauren.
It does.
All right, Lauren, so once we're on the road, though, what's a good way to, kind of break up the trip, make it more interesting?
I always say to stop a lot. I'm really big on bringing a cooler that has like juice boxes if you have kids or whatever they like to drink, something that's easy to clean up, and then of course bring a garbage bag for all the scraps. Every time you stop at those rest areas, it always seems like the water is more expensive or the snacks are more expensive, and they never have things that people like. I have food allergies, a lot of people do, so I always pack in advance. I plan what I'm going to bring. I'm going on a 5-hour road trip, so I will be bringing the things that I enjoy eating. I like those cauliflower pretzels, and I'll bring bottles of water and things that, gum or whatever it is you like, because it's a lot less expensive at home or if you buy it at a big box store than if you buy it on the road.
Okay.
So you always want to stop every 2 hours and stretch as well.
Lauren, you mentioned kids. Selfishly, I got to stay on that for a second. I've got 4 kids. My house is an absolute zoo. Yeah. So many people that could be traveling with kids have this question: how can we keep the little ones occupied so that we, as drivers, can focus on the road? And with the weather that could be on our way, do you have any additional tips for the kids?
Right. I always try to plot out everything in advance. And of course, this is what we do with our kids. My kids are older now and they don't have kids yet. But we used to listen to books that I really wanted them to listen to. And at the time it was Harry Potter. So we got it on a CD and we listened to it. And after every chapter, we would talk about it. And it created a great conversation. But the #1 rule, I'd open my purse and I'd say, everybody's phones go in, everybody's. Otherwise, you're bringing all their friends along on social media on your vacation, and it certainly makes it a miserable vacation.
Smart
Good
move.
point, yes. Yeah. Well, I know the weather obviously can present a challenge too, right, Lauren? So how should we plan to be prepared for whatever Mother Nature brings?
Well, that's where the Weather Channel truly comes in handy, whether you listen to it on Sirius XM radio or you plan it out in advance. You need to plan out 100% in advance your path. And if you check with the Weather Channel, you'll see where there's snowstorms coming in. You're constantly talking about that. I'm going from Buffalo to New York City area, just north of the city. And I know there's going to be snow because you've been talking about it. So knowing that, I might want to find a different route, or I might want to go at a different time and try and beat the storm. Because once the storm hits, it's going to slow down your process. And also, if you don't have snow tires, that's really going to cause some problems. If you're down in the lower half of the country, there could be ice. You want to make sure you're prepared. And if you're just going to say, I have a new car, I bought it about a year ago, at least replace your wiper blades. You can go to any big box store. Places like Pep Boys will replace them for you for free. Just buy the blades. So make sure you're prepared. Carry an emergency kit, because you get stuck on the side of the road. You'll be really thrilled that you have, gloves and boots and hats, and a decent snow brush is always helpful.
Yeah, that's timeless advice there. But with some new technology, do you have any ideas, some technology that can actually help us get to our destination quickly and, even more importantly, safely? Any ideas?
Absolutely. Some of the navigation systems that are in place right now are fabulous. They'll tell you when there's storms. I know that this Volvo has it because it's got the newest Sirius XM traffic alert. That's good, but it also gives you weather alerts. So you want to use some of the new technologies to help you, because what you guys have is the state of the art. But you're not with us all the time, unfortunately. But we can listen to you online, and that's really good because it gives you some direction on where to go. If you don't follow some of this new technology that helps you miss these storms, be safer, and down south if there's rain or wind or ice, you're just putting yourself in a bad position. When you have family involved and the kids are with you, especially with 4 kids, you want to make sure everybody gets there safely, and you want to time those potty stops just right.
There you go.
You just went right before we left.
Exactly.
Well, I got to go again.
Oh, yeah. It's always the way. I went through that with 2. I don't know how you can do it with 4.
And 3 in my household.
Yeah, that's right.
And a dog, Lauren, and a dog.
And a dog. They have to go too. Yeah.
There you go. Thanks to our car coach, Lauren Fix, for joining us. Always some great information there. Great advice.
Oh, gosh. You want to see something that's crazy? Some of the numbers of travel. The number of people out there is staggering. Check